Okay, guys, so here we are. We're going to dive deep into this intense, thrilling moment from Tyler Perry's The Oval between Jason and his dad, Hunter. Now, if you've been following along, we all know that Jason has had his fair share of drama, but in this particular episode, things are going to get very dark and very twisted as we see him begin to bond with Hunter in a way that he never has before. Let's get into it. Now, for those of you that don't know, Jason is not exactly the picture of stability. This is a kid who's already been involved in some very questionable activities, and honestly, that's putting it lightly. We're talking about a guy who's already killed the maid and his grandmother, and now Hunter is asking him to take a few Secret Service agents down to the tunnel so that they can let the press in. But there's something else going on down there. And Jason is constantly warning Hunter there are some bad things down there in that tunnel. And when he says bad, trust me, he means bad. Now, up until now, we've only caught a glimpse of Jason's true nature. We've seen his temper, his violent tendencies, and of course, his arrogance. But next week, we're going to get a peek at what's really buried inside of him. And it's not pretty. It's clear that he has a history of things that he'd rather keep hidden, things that, if revealed, could destroy the entire family, not just his reputation. But here's the thing, Hunter doesn't seem to be as fazed by this as we would expect. He thinks that is no big deal. It's fine, Jason, show him the tunnel, he says. And I'm sure he's thinking, oh, well, what's the worst that could be down there? Let me think. Maybe the bodies of people that have been brutally murdered by your son. That seems like a pretty big deal to me, but okay, maybe I'm overreacting here. And Hunter has seen some things for sure, but does he really know what Jason is capable of? And yeah, we know that Hunter has been very busy with his coke parties and his ladies of the night, but somehow he has missed every red flag when it comes to Jason's mental state. So he thinks he's just gonna stroll down into the tunnel with Jason, expecting nothing to go wrong. It's supposed to be that simple. I can say I really like the fact that this is a major turning point for them in their convoluted father-son relationship. Up until now, their relationship has been very distant, to say the least. Hunter has been more of a figurehead than a father, and Jason's been an unpredictable wild card. But now we're seeing them in a moment of actual interaction, sharing a space, sharing a task. And whatever Jason's got hidden down there is not going to be hidden for long. The bigger question is, how are these Secret Service agents going to react when they find out what Jason's been up to? And more importantly, how is Hunter going to react when he sees the full extent of what Jason has done? Here Jason is trying to keep all of his secrets a secret, and Hunter just wants to keep moving forward like nothing's wrong. I mean, let's face it, normally Jason would revel in the fact that his dad is going to find out what he's been doing because he likes to brag about it. He likes to boast about it. But not this time. This time, he wants to keep everything a secret. So this has to be bad. And this is where it can get really dark. Jason is not just a product of his environment. He's been manipulated, neglected, and left to his own devices. We can't forget that he's emotionally and mentally disturbed, and it's really starting to show. And unfortunately, Hunter seems to have his head in the sand when it comes to Jason's true nature. Maybe he's too focused on being empowered to care, but whatever the reason, it's a dangerous game that they're about to play. And as complicated as this is all getting, Jason has this important moment of control. He's holding the power. He's making the call to either reveal or conceal what's down there. Does he really want to keep this a secret, or is there a part of him that wants to get caught? But they really need to be careful with this, because I think that part of Hunter still thinks that he's untouchable. And it's always about the power. Who has it? Who wants it? Who's willing to do whatever it takes to hold on to it? It's now become a game of cat and mouse. Jason wants control over the situation in the tunnel, but Hunter thinks that he's got it all figured out. Is Hunter really going to take control of this situation? Or has he underestimated just how far Jason is willing to go to keep his dark secrets hidden? And this is in particular one of my favorite scenes in the entire episode. You know, this is where the show gets really interesting because you can just feel the tension building, and we know that something is definitely about to break. Whether it's Hunter finding out how twisted Jason's mind really is, or it's the press finding out that the White House might just be a little less polished than they thought. Something's about to explode, and it ain't gonna be pretty. Hunter can't be this oblivious to Jason's mental state. He's thinking, it'll be fine. Let's just show the Secret Service where the tunnel is. There's a certain absurdity to that. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, knowing something bad is about to happen, but being helpless to stop it. I mean, what's the worst that we can see down there? A brown blow-up doll? A pile of files that Jason's been hiding, bloody clothes, hidden cameras. What are we gonna see? Have we already seen the worst in Jason? I don't know. So what's next, good people? Will Jason be exposed for the monster that he's become, or will Hunter finally wake up to the reality of who Jason really is? Or will this tunnel remain a dark secret, buried under the layers of lies and deceit? One thing for sure, we're in for this wild ride. And Hunter likes wild rides. And in my opinion, this is a perfect setup. No one was ever expecting this, so I can't wait to see what's down there. What about you? Drop me your comments and your theories down in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's The Oval, then go ahead and sub to this channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys, and I'm going to see you on the next one.